Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Going back to the Naval Academy this time, there's quite a few new missions. And first on the list is the Pocket Battleship. Test the concept of a heavily gunned, armored cruiser. Defeat of the German Empire in World War I brought strict terms in her naval construction programs. The need of packing heavy firepower in smaller hulls resulted in the creation of an armored cruiser with very big guns for its size. The French were allowed by naval treaties to build much larger and heavier warships to match this threat. Your mission is to utilize your limited funds to construct an effective force of armored ships or pocket battleships, as they are usually known, and defeat a rival French battlecruiser which protects a convoy. 2 destroyers will escort you. Of 90 million to build a heavy cruiser or more. We have 1 battle cruiser, 3 destroyers. Cumulative sink 100. We have to sink all 8, 10, 12 transports. And we have to keep alive half of our allies, which makes having 2 heavy cruisers all the more desirable. We can do guns and fire control, +7 to small guns, big guns, control, and turret. And less penalty from secondary barrels. Shells and torpedoes, which is +10 to shells and explode. Ooh, that's nice. More gun range, more penetration. Better torpedoes, +7 to all the torpedo tech. Sorry, enjoying a sip of tea. Survivability and maneuverability, +8 to armor and boilers, +10 to special machinery, +5 to hull strengthening and engines. Better acceleration, less hull weight, better hull form, or just more money. 12 to the tune of 12 million. Normally I go with the guns and fire control because just getting hits on target makes a big difference. But +10 to shells and explosives sounds amazing. Normally I'd go with accuracy, rules the waves. But I do want to try something different. I'm going to do the shells and torpedoes. Admiral Crafts B. Of course. We have 2 hull forms to choose from. The smaller one is less efficient, more stable, more floatability, less resistance, more turning slowdown, a little bit less visible. We'll stick with the 2. And it sticks out of the dock for the cruiser because it's oversized for a cruiser. Oh, that has better aiming speed than this one. Interesting. And better long-range accuracy. Triangular might be the choice to go. Has better long-range accuracy, but less base accuracy. Has more damage control, more smoke interference, better torpedo spotting. I'm going to go with the triangular tower. Ooh. Big is this modern? I think the modern one is the one intended because of how the fire control works. I know that this ball type, that reminds me of some of the German fire controls I've seen before. Correct me if I'm wrong though, like I am by no means sold on it, I'm by no means an expert. And then if we want long range accuracy, we have to use the small secondary tower. Or we could just boost the base accuracy. Let's see, that's total of 20. That's total of 21. Better damage control, less smoke interference. Better torpedo spotting from the older one. No, better torpedo spotting from the new one. Better tower spotting from the old one. We can save money, which might be the one to do it. And it's less crew, which means less crew quarters. Alright, I think we have a little bit of space up forward. That's a little too much space back aft. Ooh, not quite like that. Thank you. That looks good to me. Oh, right, they have the new, they've separated out, making things make a little bit more sense. Like if we were to do coal, we couldn't do turbines, I think. There was a bunch of patch notes. I did not read them all the way through. Engine cost, fuel stowage, funnel capacity, boiler weight. Full oil does seem to be a compromise solution that I am okay with. We'll start with forced and we'll step down. I would love to have geared turbines. They make a huge difference. But the double gear doesn't make as big a difference. Well, the engine cost isn't that much more either. We'll start with the good. Start with the good and we'll step it back. Let's do forced. Oil 2. I'm going to stay with forced. Crop 4. Yeah, we're not going to keep that anti-torpedo protection. That's going to get axed. Citadel. Turtleback or all or nothing. We are fighting a battle cruiser, and the AI tends to build, although there's been significant changes to the AI auto builder, it tends to build. I'm not familiar with the new one. The old one tends to build heavily gunned, lightly skinned. So I'm going to go with all or nothing for that extra little bit. Stereoscopic. Well, we'll go with the best. The radio, we will wait. Alright, so we've used up a lot of weight already. Let's go to the barbettes. First, let's choose main guns. We can go with 11-inch max. Go with the historical route. Triple 11s. I think they were actually 280 or 28 centimeter. I could be wrong. I'm kind of going off of memory here. We can do 2 triples. Undergunned can focus on armor, so to be really well protected. We can give it excellent firing arcs if we want to stick it out at the ends. 4 weight is too much. So if we move everything back a little bit, we hurt the aft arc a little bit. Alternatively, can I copy this? Yes. Let's take a look at what it would be with barbettes. We want... Will it fit on the medium barbette? I'm not so sure it will. Yeah, it will fit on the medium. So we could do something a little bit more like this. Or even drop those down to duals. Oh, that's not a tall enough barbette. Well, I'll explore this in a little bit. Let's go back to the original. I do like the idea of having it heavily armored, so I'm going to go with that. I don't think we have any casemates to emplace. If we want heavy secondaries, we'll have to use the main gun sides. Which we could. But what would the point be? We're fighting a battle cruiser. Let's go with the 4-inch. Do we want triples? We'll have fewer emplacements. Theoretically. Something like that. So that's 3, 12, 15 barrels per side in 4-inch, which should be plenty. We can stick some tiny plinky guns here and there. I mean, they're 4 tons, 5, and they cost 5,000. Like, it costs so little to add these. Oh, interesting. We just can't place these ones. Why are you highlighting? They said they made improvements to have fewer errors that shouldn't occur. Deck torpedoes. I do believe the Graf Spee had basically a couple of triples pretty far aft. I don't remember whether it was after the gun or not. But we do have those mount points back there, and we can't place here unless we want to fiddle with the guns. 1% weight gives us a torpedo threat. I like it. Speaking of, we kind of went through this stuff really quick. I'm thinking if we want to go with muzzle velocity or not. Flatter trajectories. So we'll be making belt impacts from further out. And if we do that, probably want to use white powder. Let's try that. We're doing a lot of different things today. Rather go with electric rather than anything else. Do I go with Pee-wee torpedoes or do I use larger ones? Like, they'll be a threat regardless. We'll go for the heavy ones. What's our speed right now? It's 32 knots. I think that's probably a bit fast, but I'm okay with that. Can we increase? We're only building one at this point, so we'll have to be careful with our destroyers. Go with one. Does the hull extend at all? Nope, that's max weight for this hull and it doesn't stretch. I don't have to rejigger anything. Bulkheads, I would love to have more, especially with the new mechanics. That is a lot of weight though. Where do we sacrifice? First, let's look at our guns. Use an 11-inch. I hate that it takes an accuracy penalty to triples. I mean, it's not much of one, and the rate of fire more than makes up for it. To demonstrate, let's see. At 10 kilometers, we're penetrating 18 inches of belt, 3 inches of deck, roughly. We swap to the other side. At 10 kilometers, we are penetrating more on both. 20 kilometers, it's... well, I don't think the other one went that way. 15 kilometers, we're looking at 16 and 5.4. And 14.1 and 4.8. So the light shells, since they have a flatter trajectory, penetrate the belt further out. But they have less range, less penetration, less damage. It's a trade-off. Regardless, we want to... I would love to have 14. I don't think that's going to happen though. Let's just start with this. I would like 14 and 5. Like this one to be 18, 16, 6, and 2. Secondaries will be weak. So we are way overweight now. Can decrease the speed a little bit. Can decrease the bulkheads. I don't think that'll be enough. We do need to put in funnels. We are at 0%. Can't stick an Uber. Can't stick any of the Ubers. We can do a single large. Can we do a single standard? And that gives us 100 base. We can go down to balanced, still good. Induced, still good. Natural will have restriction. Not much restriction though. That's actually fantastic. Fuel stowage is reduced. We're using cost to reduce weight. Using cost to reduce weight. We can reduce weight of the engine with reduced auxiliaries. I don't like that though. How much is this costing us? 2%. Ah, yes, the torpedo protection. Let's go risky. We'll go for none. I like the hull resistance. But let's go down to double hull. That just makes sense. Our anti-fire and our flooding, as I think of it. With our scheme, all or nothing makes more sense. We can actually get underway with it as is now. We can scrimp and save a little bit more. Can I get half a knot? I think if I trim a little bit, I might be able to get a full knot. Can we get 32? We'll drop the deck extended to 4. Drop belt extended to 12. There we go. Do we need all this other stuff? I do like being able to see torpedoes from far out. You know, 12 million would bring us to a point where we would be within range. We wouldn't have 2 cruisers, but we could trim back to get 2 cruisers. Nah, I'm gonna keep it this way. Alright, let's see how she performs. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to look at a like 3 or 4 turret version. It's like duels. I wanted to make the more classical graphs be with way too much armor and extra weight. Spotted to the north. That is this way. Environmentals are pretty bad. And they're apparently really far away. Alright, we're getting closer. Take a look. They are set to loose. Ahead, just following. I am okay with that. I don't really want the destroyers engaging at this point. I feel like this is a silly ship. It's really not that silly though. Even the silhouette doesn't look half bad. I think the silhouette would look a little better with the barbats. Alright, they have spotted us. We'll stay angled in. That should work to our advantage for now. I have a feeling visibility is poor enough, we're gonna be fairly close ranged, so I'm glad I went with heavy armor. This might be destroyers with the rate of fire. That is more likely. Oh, torpedoes. Actually, we'll just have to hope the destroyers are following appropriately. I'm worried now. I kind of want them to disengage, because they're a liability more than anything else. Oh, it's gonna hit. Oh, well, that is a loose formation. Hey, you detach. Go that way at half speed. Back to the Admiral. That, I believe, is a destroyer. Good hit. More torpedoes. This was the wrong choice. No. Nope, it might be the right choice. Let's get the rudder hard over. Hard over. Torpedo beats intensify. Ooh-wee. Let's close in with whatever this is. Which I know we're still at flank speed, reduced accuracy, but we are dodging torpedoes. Well, let's go with save torpedoes. Take it easy with them. We are in a bit of a crossfire. What is this? That is a destroyer. No doubt. It is too small. That is a destroyer. Whatever's over there is a destroyer. Torpedoes. Oh, we're going to take none. Outstanding. I'll slow this down a little bit. Yes, good. They have now targeted this one, which is appropriate. Are they going for the ram? Those are the 2 inches. Oh yeah, very dead. Blunk. Yeah, ignore that target. They are done for. Good grief, what overkill. Let's get the primaries. Shift Alt on the battlecruiser. Currently at 10 kilometers? Yeah. Now let's reduce speed 26 seems reasonable to me. We'll split the difference, maximize number of guns engaged with both targets, and keeps us angled to the battleship a little bit. In fact, let's angle out just a little bit. We have to keep an eye on torpedo launches from the bouclier. Glad we got the sonar. Otherwise, I think we may have hit some of those torpedoes. Are you still floating? There we go. Oh, you launched torpedoes at this guy? Come on. Last 3 torpedoes are saved for the battlecruiser. Starboard side. That destroyer isn't doing so well. We'll peel her off. We don't need an escort. And if we save her, all the better. There we go, couple hits. The battlecruiser has 17-inch guns, forward arrangement only. Quads? Triples. Heavy secondary battery with 8 inches. On the back deck. Looks like... So worried about this guy launching torpedoes. Two turrets? No, three double turrets of 8 inch. 6 barrels. Have we really taken any damage? We have not. I mean, we've been hit. How close are we? We are now at 9 kilometers. Almost. She's flooding down. So close to launching torpedoes too. Which is why I'm paying attention to her. We did take a penetrating hit. From the destroyer. 4-inch guns. Oh man, we were so close. There's the torpedoes. Hey, more flooding. That gives us a good chance. Let's stop there. What is her orientation? Looks like a stern chase. We'll wait for the torpedoes to pass, then we'll come back. Looks like we have not gotten any hits yet. 3.3% chance to hit. Have a 5.8. Come back around. See the torpedo trails. I'm going to sweep in behind them. Destroyers. I want you to go This way. And this way. I'm up to full speed. We'll start looking for those transports since that is a primary goal. One destroyer left. I'm pretty sure it's out there somewhere. Penetrating hit to the main tower. It was an 8-inch gun. Over penetration. Ooh. Unexpected. What is her speed? Up to 35 knots. So she's 3 knots faster than we are. Currently, she is traveling. Oh, right, it'll be here. Target's fast speed, 44. Oh, there's a way to see how fast they're going. I'm just missing it right now. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it. Ah, she's going 34 knots. We've used 1/3 of our ammo. Let us turn off the main guns and close. What is our range? Oh, what is her armor? 10-inch belt, 5-inch deck. We can definitely penetrate that, belt-wise. Looks like she's turning back the other way. Oh, I think the other destroyer's over here. Okay, that means I want to go this way. We have 3 hours to find all the transports in this extremely poor visibility. Let's go that way. Let's switch to HE. We haven't even hit her with anything yet. Drop to 28 knots. I do see the torpedoes. Luckily, we've been maneuvering somewhat. battlecruiser has torpedoes as well. A whole bunch of singlets? Underwater ones. Can't even see the destroyer. Even the Montcalm, we can only see at like 11 kilometers, I think we spotted them. Maybe 12. Do they have extra ammo? They've got a lot of 17-inch shells. Those will hurt. Without a doubt. Get our secondaries firing. We can see the destroyers from 7 kilometers out. A little bit less. She's allowing us to close some. Unfortunately, our aim isn't quite where it needs to be, leading me to believe fire control was the way to go. Closing range quickly, we now have a chance of penetrating the belt. I'm going to switch over to AP, or auto. And we'll do it automatically because I want the secondaries on HE. Unless these are armored destroyers. I've never actually checked. Yeah. Your 17-inchers mean nothing. Oh, we've got a hit. At last. What are our torpedo range? 13.2 kilometers. Aft guns can't quite fire, and we're getting close enough that I want them to. Which also clears the torpedoes, which I'm not sure I want them to launch. But I also don't want to get too close. Oh, they're out of ammo. That's good news. Means we can kind of ignore them. AI control. Go after that guy. Go after that guy. AI control. There you go. Kind of wary to get too far broadside. We're also getting close enough to launch our own torpedoes, which we did. Off the port side? Well, she is going pretty fast. Try to keep them going in a straight line then. 4 kilometers, good grief. All guns on the Montcalm. Finally got a penetrating hit with their 17-inch guns. Over penetration on our part. Looks like the extreme bow. Damage to the rudder again. Looks like they repaired it though. Penetration of the belt. Is that a second hit that penetrated us? Nope, just the one. Let's get a nice slow left-hand turn as we close to knife fight range. One torpedo might hit. Nope, passed in front. Gonna come down to the guns. Oh, we took 3 penetrating hits from the 17-inch. Wonder if this is the old ladder aiming bug where it gets stuck and it can't get locked in. It's certainly hurting us now. Let's get turning. Lost a lot of speed, unfortunately, with all that flooding. Where are you going? She's much faster than we are now. We're down to 21. Penetration is not good. Were those our torpedoes? Can penetrate their stern armor. Yeah, I think it's bugged. I need something else to target. Because that's very frustrating. I don't think we're going to get anywhere, so I'm going to call this one a defeat and go back to rebuilding. That is a disappointment. But with that, I don't want a super long episode, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you did enjoy. I'm looking forward to the suggestions, although I'll be recording a little bit ahead, so might be a little bit late before I get those. Unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Anyways, I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.